Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. It's Courtney. Today's video is of course a fun one, as always. I try to make fun videos, at least I think they're fun, and that is why the Kindle Paperwhite is better than the Barnes & Noble Nook. So I have kind of mixed feelings on this, but yet believe it and think that the Paperwhite is superior to the Barnes & Noble Nook. I have many reasons. We're going to go over those today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you cutie little peoples. I do see that a lot of people watch my videos that aren't necessarily subscribed, so remember to hit the subscribe and notification buttons down below so that you know when I am coming out with a new video. I try to post twice a week. I try to post Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes I post Wednesdays and Fridays, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I post 2 to 3 times a week for sure. So we're gonna start with the Barnes & Noble Nook. This is the Barnes & Noble Nook Glow Light 4E, I believe is the entire name of this object. And I, as you know, have 2 of these because I have 2 different Barnes & Noble accounts. That was not on purpose. That was from high school, yada yada, books on both. Okay, I am glad that I bought them. They are worth the money. However, they are somewhat glitchy, in my opinion. The spacing on the books can be a little off sometimes. There will be huge, big, like, let me try to get a book that I've already read so that I'm not losing my place in one that I started. But sometimes there's like weird spacing and there'll be like a big gap. This might take me a little bit to find an example just because it's not always every single sentence or paragraph or anything like that. Sometimes as well, these are a lot slower than the Paperwhites. So like it's currently loading to try to change the page. That's all I was asking it to do. So sometimes they're not always overly fast with page changing speed, which sometimes can just get a little bit annoying. Okay, so far this one is actually decent. I don't see any weird spacing. I've noticed it in fantasy books for whatever reason, and when I make the text bigger, it will just be like a big gap in between words for no reason, or they'll literally like stretch out a word that it's like letters like of the word like spread out. And then the chapter headers, sometimes the top of the chapter header will be like at the bottom of the previous chapter, and then you like flip to the next chapter and it's just like the number. So like chapter will be on like the bottom and then the number will be on the top. Okay, so this is kind of an example, not a big one, but like see how there's just like those big gaps in between the words. It's not a big deal. Clearly I can still read it, but you just like never see that in the Kindle Paperwhite. So it's just kind of weird, kind of annoying. Also, there is not a very good battery life on these. They are fairly slow. As you can see, they do take a while to load. I am online, so that's another con. It constantly kicks me off of my house Wi-Fi. I have to remind it of my house's Wi-Fi like on a weekly basis, which like once I enter that in my Kindles, that's not an issue. It constantly is there. It picks up on it every time. So like that's annoying. I don't understand that. So sometimes I'll download books, like I'll buy a book on the Barnes & Noble website, I'll go to click onto my Nook and it's not there. And I, for a while when I first got these, was like really getting frustrated. And then my husband was like, it's probably not connected to Wi-Fi. And I was like, oh. So then I went back in and I'm like, okay, but I had connected it and it had kicked it off. So I just have to constantly like remind it and refresh it to download new books and to connect back to my house Wi-Fi. So yeah, battery life, like not the best. I would say a full battery in one of these probably only lasts about a week and a half, which is like nothing compared to the Paperwhite, which can last literal months. If you're not like draining it every day, it'll last literal months. There is currently no Kindle Unlimited type of program. Kindle has Kindle Unlimited. Amazon Kindle has Kindle Unlimited. Kobo, Bluey has joined the chat. Kobo has Kobo Plus. So those are, in my opinion, like the greatest things ever. Everand, Scribd, Audible, there's all like libraries of some kind that you can pay a subscription fee for and have access to. There is nothing like that for Barnes & Noble. I've actually never really shopped. I don't even know if you can buy books on here, like on the actual Nook device. I don't believe so. Let's see here. This kitten, guys, I tell you, he's such a nuisance 90% of the time, but the other 10%, he's so freaking adorable and lovable and sweet that you can't help but just melt. Him's cute. And he already knows his name, which I think is really good, because we've actually, as of today, actually, only had him 3 weeks, which that has been like the longest 3 weeks of my life. What? He's been neutered already, like all the things. Okay, so let's just click on romance because I want to see what their store is like. Ooh, okay, so that book looks good. I already have this one in hardcover. But let's look up The Kiss of the Nightingale. Oh, so I believe you can buy in the Nook store. So cool, little tidbit there. Didn't really ever have a reason to do that or look it up, but it looks like you can. I mean, you can on the Kindle as well, but okay, so that's cool. We'll throw that in there as a plus. Another con that I have for the Nook is that there isn't really any real like accessories for this. Like, I feel like for the Kindle, you could go accessory crazy with those. Any size, any shape, any year. They are on Amazon, they are on Etsy. Like, there is constantly stuff that you can buy to accessorize your Kindle. With this, I don't feel like there is. I mean, there's not a clear case. I know that, unless it's existed within the past couple weeks, because I just looked not that long ago. They don't exist. And there is Barnes & Noble brand cases, which is what this shiny one is, sparkly one is, but there just isn't a lot of options out there for cases. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a quality case. Sometimes the buttons on this can be janky, so like they're on the side there, and I bump them really easily just whenever I pick it up, like all the time. So sometimes when you're sitting there reading and you like put it down and you go to pick it back up, you'll bump one of these buttons, and then it'll sometimes go 4 or 5 pages ahead, and you're like, where was I? And it's like frustrating. So those are just a few things that are like janky about this. But in saying that though, I'm such a Barnes & Noble stan. I love the store. I love this device regardless of those things. So I still suggest it if you are completely against Amazon and Kindles and whatever. I still suggest this because I still enjoy it. I'm just saying there are a few things that do irritate me, that I do feel like the Kindle Paperwhite is the superior device. And we will go into why. So of course, I mean, one of my literal like first and favorite and biggest reasons of why I love Kindles so much is because of Kindle Unlimited. There is just literally every book under the sun, in every genre under the sun, every subgenre under the sun that you could find on Kindle Unlimited.
If you do not find what you are looking for on Kindle Unlimited, you did not sift through books properly and take your time.
I could sit for absolute literal hours looking through Kindle Unlimited, just like shopping to find books. It's so fun to find different recommendations because it'll also tell you, especially I think more so when you go on the website, so Amazon.com, not the app on your phone, the actual website, sign into your name under your Kindle Unlimited account, and it'll say like, if you checked out this, or if you like this, if you bought this, you would like this. This is, people also bought this, and it'll like tell you different versions or recommendations kind of along the same lines of a book that you already have, which I love because then it just ends up sending you down a rabbit hole of all these recommendations and great books, and you're like, oh my god. And then before I know it, it's like an hour and a half of me just like looking at books and putting new books on my lists. The next pro is that this has a great battery life. I can charge this and use it every day and have at least a month's worth, if not more, of battery life, especially, like I have stressed I feel like so many times, especially if you put the lighting, the backlighting down, you put it on airplane mode so that it's not, kind of using internet all the time. Those things also help a lot with battery life. It's just a quality device. Like, I don't know how to describe this. It is just a quality device. I feel like whenever you sign in, it's fast, it's speedy. By the way, this little book, this is a manga, I believe. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been wanting to read it for a while. It is on Kindle Unlimited. It is just a quality device. Crisper screen, faster changing through books. So whenever I go back through. I just feel like it changes screens really fast. And whenever I was on the Nook, you could see how it was loading with like everything I was trying to do. Okay, kind of irritating. There is now a color option. So the Kindle Color Soft, Barnes & Noble, they have their little tablets and stuff which are color, but not like an e-ink color screen. Personally, I don't really see them doing that. They're kind of behind the times. I realize that they want people to go in and buy physical books at their stores. That's where they make their money. That's where they draw their crowd. But I still feel like they definitely could have a market with the e-readers. E-readers are poppin' right now. They are the thing. And I just feel like Barnes & Noble's kind of behind the times and missing out on that. So many different Kindle options. They have the new Color Soft. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with some sort of annotating pen or thing like Kobo did, where you can annotate and write on your Kindle as well. In my opinion, Amazon Kindle is always updating. They're always having new things, kind of new ideas, maybe not like as frequently as people would like sometimes, but at least it's still frequent enough compared to Barnes & Noble, which I feel like gets stagnant with their new products. And lastly, like, just so many accessories. Like I said before, there's just so many options to personalize and, you know, get your Kindle accessorized the way that you would like. By the way, this book right here looks so good. I want to check that out. Like I'm saying, books you may like. It tells you right there different options of like things that they suggest and things that you might like. So yeah, just so many different accessorizing options. Obviously, you guys know if you watch any of my videos at all, I love to accessorize absolutely everything. My purses, my books, my pens, my pen bags, my annotation bags, my Kindles, like just everything. If there is an accessorizing moment, I am there. And I feel like Kindle kills it with that. And just so many different Etsy options as well of people kind of doing it themselves and not necessarily on Amazon. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you why I think that the Kindle Paperwhite is the superior device and one of my favorites, but also why I kind of like the Barnes & Noble Nook as well. So don't completely discount it. Don't hate on it because of this video, because I'm not. I still do enjoy it, and I'm still glad that I have them, and I'm glad that I bought them, and I use them all the time. I have so many good books on there. You know, just kind of back and forth between the two, but I would definitely check out the Kindle Paperwhite if you are looking for an e-reader to add to your collection or the first one that you're purchasing. That is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to check out all of my links down below. I have my Bookstagram and both of my Discord book clubs. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!